Okay.
It is June 4th, 2017, and you're watching Avatar, based on the original series.
Wait, what the fuck? Oh, wait.
I don't think throwing my boomerang at them
Oh,
will
we
do
need
anything.
Qatar. Qatar. Now,
That
there we go. Qatar is doing some DDR crap.
bend out the water of the lava and make it rocks or
You
fire,
can't do that
or
with Airbender.
or cool up. Use the water to
You can't do
cool
that
up
with
the lava.
airbending.
Oh, good.
What? Oh my god. So she.
That's what Qatar literally said.
So basically, all she did was spray blue mist or gas around the fucking area, and boom, rock bridge. You kidding me?
Yep.
She's that damn good.
That's some fucking bullshit right here.
I want it now.
I think I mentioned this in the a previous Avatar clip, but because I forgot, the girl who played her in the movie also played some girl in the Transformer movie.
Yeah, you told us. Oh my.
What was that? Oh my.
Because
And they never made an
she
Avatar-
doesn't want to scroll down.
They never made an Avatar movie sequel because it was that bad of a movie.
It was so bad. Well, let's see. Let's get a bunch of shit. Let's get a
they
bunch
never
of
made
shit.
It,
Oh look. Oh look.
Just like they never made a Mario movie sequel or a Dragon Ball movie sequel. They all sucked.
I wonder why.
But-
There's
but
a Dragon Ball live action movie?
Yeah.
But I heard that live action movie inspired the other Dragon Ball movies, cartoon movies to be made. Because they you know what, we need to fix this, make some good movies. So they made the Battle of Gods and Resurrection F and Super series because that movie was so bad. They're like, you know what, we need to save our franchise.
Yay, 2.5 minutes of menu work.
Yeah, because I'm trying to make sure they're nice and equipped because we have a boss fight ahead.
Did you guys ever read the Avatar comic series? They made it.
No, I do know that does tell a lot of side stories, though.
Yeah.
What the hell? There's a fucking manga or comic or whatever.
No,
it is?
that's just a comic.
It's based on the events after the original series.
Legend of Korra also has a comic series.
So what's the difference between the two?
One of them's a sequel series.
Aren't they technically both sequels though?
Oh, the comics? The comics, like basically, the events occur like this. The Avatar TV series is first, then the Avatar comics, then the Legend of Korra TV series, then the Legend of Korra comics.
No, that's not anywhere close to what I was asking. My question
Like,
was...
what you were asking what a difference was, and that's the difference. They're like set
My question is what's the
Oh my
difference
God.
between the storylines of the Korra comic and the comic that happens after the original series?
80 years difference.
Yes.
Oh,
Vandalia gets it. I don't even understand Mario's question, so.
apparently not. And I guess this is why...
Well, I know that the Avatar comics actually focus on the one unresolved plot point of the TV series, finding Zuko's mom.
And meanwhile, I've only watched like a few episodes as a kid, and I don't even fucking know what episodes they were, they were most likely different episodes altogether.
I have all of the original series on iTunes.
I'm gonna buy the original series on DVD. And now we have to fight this weird Fire Nation guy.
So I mean, this is one of the few Nickelodeon shows that are actually on DVD.
Yeah, well, there's plenty of Nickelodeon shows on DVD. It's Disney that doesn't do it.
Wait, is the whole series on DVD though?
Yeah.
Oh.
Nickelodeon's actually really good with releasing their stuff on DVD.
Or at this point, probably Blu-ray.
Yeah, Legend of Korra does have a Blu-ray release. But not Avatar, though.
So wait, here's an interesting question. Could one follow the entire original series, but only through video games?
Well, the games deviate from the TV series quite a bit. Like for instance, this game does not tell the story of the first season at all.
So it's non-canon.
It's basically non-canon. And then the second game follows Season 2 a lot more closely, but deviates quite a bit. Like, for instance, for some reason, I looked it up, they moved the drill part to the end of the story instead of, like, the middle.
So basically, one could not follow the original series through the video games specifically.
Well, the third game, I hear, follows the third season actually pretty faithfully.
So only this game. So basically, only this game is off canon. The other two seem to be on canon.
Yeah, the second game does deviate quite a bit, though. And this guy doesn't want to get hurt for some reason. Oh wait, he's getting hurt. Nice.
I wonder what they call it canon. I don't know who came up with that name. The same name as a big gun projectile. Let's call this canon. I wonder who came up with that name. For continuity.
I wonder who the jackass was for ruining the school system.
Yeah, making it overly sensitive, because especially since Sesame Street's not helping matters by getting rid of all the uncool old people and replacing it with smartphone and tablet learning.
Old people?
Yeah, some of the oldest cast members on Sesame Street were let go from the show for literally no reason. So a lot of longtime fans of the show believe they were only let go because they thought kids wouldn't like seeing old people.
Oh my god. Oh yeah, and also, apparently there's so many goddamn untalented writers out there in pretty much almost every industry, if not every industry, in terms of cartoons. Like, how the fuck is that even possible?
Yeah, we probably mentioned this, talking about this subject on one of our cartoon podcasts.
Yeah, I know that last week's podcast was supposed to talk about the eras of cartoons, but before it got sidetracked.
No, not. We're doing that this week. Last week was making sure. Last week was a test, so we could make sure the videos worked. So we could actually play videos, and people could hear them on the stream.
Yeah, and not like it really mattered because you technically weren't even back yet.
Yeah, and I couldn't even talk.
I mean, you could have talked in the chat.
I was trying to talk in chat, but you kept changing changing the subject so sporadically, and when I tried to add in my 2 cents, you were already sidetracked and you didn't even acknowledge my comments.
Well, if you're talking about your family members, basically telling you that you were being rude because you were trying to cover yourself from lightning. That was because I was trying to have small talk while I was waiting for your other messages.
Well, no, what happened was, so we were talking, at one point we sidetracked into scary logos, and you were like, wait, the Via Doom's not scary, and I tried showing you Klasky Chupo, and you're like, oh, no, don't show me Klasky, and I'm like, oh, do you want to see a logo that's even scarier? And then you're like, sure. And then you and Vandalia just suddenly got sidetracked talking about something else. And when I finally showed you the even scarier logo, you didn't even acknowledge it. You were like you had completely forgotten.
Thought I did.
No, you didn't.
Or maybe I watched it but didn't say anything.
Yeah, see, that's the thing. When I'm not in the chat, when I wasn't in the call, like, I can't tell, like, when, especially since there's, like, a stream delay, that I can't even tell if you're even going to respond to it. So, anyways, we killed the guy.
And we still gotta figure out how to do that, though. I mean, we watched it on the stream, but then we have to figure out how to watch it on the stream while we're watching it in real life at the same time, like, because otherwise it's delayed for the stream.
I knew that. I was just trying to look at it from all angles.
Wait. Uh-oh.
That's the Northern Water Tribe we're training
It's the map.
in. Airbender training camp. Or at least
Cross the bridge.
last time I was there.
Oh no, not that bullshit. Oh yeah, speaking of animations, apparently I heard something about Animaniacs making a return or something. Is that true or is that a myth?
Never. Oh no, I just heard of it.
I mean, I do know that the massive success of Teen Titans Go has encouraged a lot more lazy writers to get into the industry, because that's what kids are
Seriously?
apparently eating up nowadays.
Success? What success? What success?
No, it's because Cartoon Network literally plays Teen Titans Go so much on their network that kids literally have nothing better to watch, and that's why it gets so much ratings.
What about Nickelodeon?
Nickelodeon, I think, is infamous for playing a lot of SpongeBob, but I don't think it's that bad. At least it doesn't take up more than half that whole entire week's schedule.
At least with SpongeBob, it hasn't changed the main concept of the show. It's still the same show it's been since the 90s, but Teen Titans Go is totally different.
Honestly, I don't even think... What's funny is that Cartoon Network keeps trying to rub it in everybody's faces that Teen Titans Go is everyone's new favorite show, and there's even YouTubers out there that say, oh, they can't cancel Teen Titans Go because it would lose Cartoon Network a lot of money.
Good.
But, here's my argument.
I have no idea where you're going, do you?
I've been near a lot of kids before because, you know,
Only not how I remember it.
especially since my ma used to work as a babysitter at one point, and so
You've been gone over 100
out of
years.
all my encounters I've had with kids, not once have I seen them hold Teen Titans Go merchandise or even mention Teen Titans Go at all.
Let's land there and have a look around. Maybe you'll see something you recognize.
Never. Literally the only people I've seen that watch Teen Titans Go are kids my age that watch it only as a joke.
Well, apparently they need to stop watching it because they're apparently causing all the success.
Here's my theory. Maybe the creators of Teen Titans Go that hate the fans of the original so much, maybe they have some kind of secret fortune to where they literally paid Cartoon Network to run it as much as they do. And, yeah.
The only Teen Titans Go video I ever watched on YouTube was the one where they mentioned
React
the old
to
series.
the old ones, yeah.
I wonder what people back in the 90s would think about Teen Titans Go and Cartoon Network's bullshit.
Let's just say Cartoon Network would not have survived very long since it had just launched in the 90s.
I think for a while the network had some old school cartoons for a while. Then they
Yeah, Cartoon Network had to rely on Hanna-Barbera cartoons at first, and then they created their own, like, towards the end of the 90s.
cartoon series. Like
Yeah, with the What a
Bravo,
Cartoon Show.
Dexter, and all. They got their own spin-offs. Like,
Did you know one of the pilots is called... You know one of the pilots called Larry and Steve was a precursor
Yeah.
to Family Guy?
I saw the episode on the
Yeah.
Shop Critic.
Yeah.
You're going down.
Honestly, I think with the way Family Guy is today, I think I would have much rather seen Larry and Steve how it would have turned out. So, man, I'm not the biggest Family Guy fan anymore.
If it became successful, then it probably would have ran them about infinitely, like Family Guy is.
It probably would not have ran long. It probably would have ran as long as the other cartoons. In fact, the only reason Family Guy is around is because it's basically an adult sitcom that follows a similar trend to The Simpsons.
This is too easy. Can't keep up.
I guess. But
Yeah,
here's
in fact,
my
originally,
question.
did you know Family Guy was originally canceled?
Wait, What?
Family Guy was originally canceled, and then due to strong DVD sales, they brought it back to where now it's never ending.
Oh,
This
damn
is
it.
the series that never ends. Yes, it goes on and on, my friend.
Yeah, now we have two shows competing for never ending.
Yeah, Simpsons and Family Guy have competed for years until they
competing
finally had that
because they're on the same-
crossover.
Same channels that can't be competition with each other.
Oh, fuck.
I think they're both still.
Well, Family Guy airs on Adult Swim, Simpsons doesn't.
Well, I mean, Family Guy also runs on Fox too. Don't forget it.
Well, that's its home network.
Yeah. But that's why I said don't.
I mean,
forget it.
I think it's only competition if you're on the same different channels on the same time slot. Then you're competition.
I think it could be competition regardless.
But still, you're network fighting for views if you're on the same chat.
I
time
personally
slot.
think it doesn't really matter whether you're on different channels or on the same channel, because regardless of the fact, you know, it's a matter of who's gonna watch what show more, this show or this show, you know? Like, what difference would it make?
I think
mean,
a lot of...
things could get spicy if they were airing on the same time but different channels, but other than that,
It's like the old in the '90s, the old WWE versus WCW fight. They were on this different. They're both Monday night.
Mario?
what'd you
Hello?
And they fought for each other.
say? Schneck, what'd you
Mario,
say?
I think a lot of people would agree that if they had to pick one that was worse, I think people would say Family Guy is worse due to how it goes to such far lengths to shock people to where it's insulting, whereas Simpsons is just kind of bland.
So Family Guy's worse because it shocks people, yet Simpsons is bland, yet that's better?
Pretty much, yeah, because at least Simpsons doesn't actively insult people.
Oh, well, then no wonder why Teen Titans Go has success, because people apparently prefer blandness over shocking stuff.
No, Teen Titans Go is a success because the creators actually of that show have a pretty genius system. They actively insult fans of the original Teen Titans, which actively gets the fans riled up, and they watch more Teen Titans Go episodes to express their anger towards the creators, which gives the creators more ammo to make fun of the fans. Uh-oh, looks like there's the machines.
So they do not give a fuck about the original fans. Wow.
Pretty much, no. They even in fact, around the time Teen Titans Go first began, they openly admitted they had never even seen the original Teen Titans. And yeah, they were asked, yeah, we've never seen an episode, it was cool. That's literally all they had to say to the original series.
Fucking kidding me, dude. As a person that hasn't even watched the original Teen Titans that much as a kid, if not at all, compared to what... Wait, what? I don't know what I was saying there, but basically, as a person that hasn't watched the original series, I would still prefer the original series, because at least that shit actually has a fucking good story and isn't fucking annoying.
I don't know what I don't know what Cartoon Network's deal is with turning all the old series into chibi forms.
Yeah, that stupid bubbly art style that Adventure Time first popularized.
Because we got to have money, that's why.
Yeah.
At least with Adventure Time, it was the original series, and it wasn't.
And then everyone started.
Cartoon Network
Literally,
back
when
in
it comes to
the
art.
2000s, it was good.
Hey, hang on. So, when I was a kid, people got creative with their art styles. I already went over this in my Teen Titans Let's Play, but nowadays people aren't creative no more. They all just copy Adventure Time's art style. It's all about that bubbly crap.
Hey, Schnick, you seen Don't Hug Me, I'm Scared, right?
No.
No.
Oh, you need to see that because there's an episode about creativity. If you don't know what the series is about, then I recommend watching it. It makes a lot more sense than explaining it.
Yeah,
I gotta go get Let's Plays. Hold on.
You need more practice.
yeah. Okay, so when he gets back.
But you know what? Yeah, like, let me describe, Nickelodeon's old lineup. Well, then again, that would be hard to compare Nickelodeon versus Cartoon Network. So let me try to think of examples for Cartoon Network.
My hands are...
Oh, okay. So in the early 2000s for Cartoon Network, you had many different art styles. You had Ed, Edd n Eddy, which was like these weird, super deformed characters that used proper cel-shaded animation, which was rare at that time since a lot of animators started phasing it out. Then you also had shows like Powerpuff Girls and Dexter's Lab, which had a lot of very simplistic looking characters that were almost maybe a little bit chibi style, like what Vandalia was saying, but it's kind of hard to describe it like that. The best way to describe their feeling is maybe like old Hanna-Barbera cartoons. Then you had Kids Next Door, which has like this stylized thing where like the kids have big hands, big limbs, and whatnot. And then...
Yeah, I grew...
That's like an example of like how creative the art styles would get. With the cartoons they play nowadays, literally everything just copies the Adventure Time Steven Universe Clarence style, which is like these simplistic shapes that make these overly exaggerated faces. It's really hard to describe, but I'll even display images for you if you want.
Yeah. Off topic, but on topic too. I grew up in the era of Disney afternoon cartoons. Gummy Bears, DuckTales, Chip 'n Dale's Rescue Rangers, Darkwing Duck, and Tailspin. Those types of
At least
cartoons.
those are all made by the same people.
And that their cell styles are pretty much the same, I think. Old school cell style, I think.
Yeah, at least they're all made by the same people, so they have an excuse. Apparently, everything on Cartoon Network is made by different people, and they all use the same art style regardless.
Yeah, I don't understand how. Like, why...
Even when Ben 10 and Powerpuff Girls were rebooted, they used the same art style.
Man, they just keep coming.
Guess not.
Even Nickelodeon's a bit more creative nowadays because they got stuff. Not only do they have like older stuff like SpongeBob and Fairly Odd Parents that still use their old styles, they also got stuff like The Loud House, which is based on old comic strips.
I think the original Nickelodeon cartoons, the Rugrats and Doug and all them, was not their first cartoons they made, original cartoons.
Yeah, those were the originals.
Speaking of Very Odd Parents, have you seen seen the new season where they got the new girl in it? That also
oh yeah, that crap. Yeah, I saw the infamous episode where she's a Mary Sue. Like basically, they put her in because they're out of ideas.
Yeah, fuck that bitch.
Oh wow, that Earthbender kid that Katara had to save from jail is now with us.
I wonder if they're gonna put her in one of the live-action Very Odd Parents movies.
I hope not, and I bet they better not make another
Well,
live-action movie. But yeah, for some reason, Vandalia, we now have the Earthbender kid who was put in jail, and Katara had to break in to save him.
The Maker.
No.
Isn't that who we were saving, though?
No.
What?
Apparently, we are fighting machines from the Maker.
Wait, what? Now I'm confused. What the
Yeah, I thought we were
fuck?
rescuing the Maker.
Yeah, I could have sworn we were rescuing the
We
Maker.
were, but I guess she's nowhere to be found, see?
That's fucking horrible.
How much time you got left, Vandalia?
Say what?
How much time do you have left?
Pray, grab her up soon.
Alright, well, yeah, I just saved. I'll even save
Alright,
again
well-
for good luck.
We'll see you all next time as we continue the Avatar series.
Bye.
One.
Bye.
Enjoy the randomness.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. And Mario, onion babies kisses.
No, fuck that shit.
Fuck
I'd rather
what?
have regular babies kisses.
What the fuck? Brandon came in out of nowhere. What the hell?
Aw, damn it. I thought you were gonna end the episode not